What's up everybody, welcome back to the Art of Crypto, the birthplace of absolutely legendary gains. In this video we are going to talk about Bitcoin as, a weekly update and to let you guys know what you can expect from Bitcoin in the upcoming week, especially considering the fact that the monthly close is about to come up, and that is that's going to be an incredibly important event for Bitcoin. So you do not want to miss this video, and you definitely do not want to be fooled by what these market makers are doing. So make sure you watch till the end of this video in order to get a clear idea of what to expect this week. Immediately before I dive right into it though, if you haven't already followed me on Twitter at _the Art of Crypto, you're going to want to do so. This is not only where I'm sharing tips and tricks about the market, like what coins you should be looking at, as well as any trades that I might be taking that I cannot share on YouTube due to time constraints, because it does take some time to, make a video and post a video. Hence why I haven't been very active on YouTube lately. Been focusing a lot on the new monthly subscribers that just came in and been sharing a lot of gems on my private Discord group. And with the process of sharing gems, I have to do the research. So yeah, that has been taking up a lot of my time. So if you're interested in catching up on the latest happenings as well as just market updates, follow me on Twitter at _the Art of Crypto. So finally, let's dive right into it. I apologize for the extended intro. So at the moment, you can see that Bitcoin has broke out of this trend line right here, and it has retested. Now, if I just go on to the 12 hourly, you can see that it has just retested this 12 hourly zone of supply right here, which is in my book, this would be a bearish order block. And all a bearish order block is think of it as an area where institutions and the market makers and just the big boys, they like to push the price to order blocks in order to fill in their orders. And at the moment, I've been saying this for quite a while now. Like last week, I told you guys, if you go watch last week's video, I said expect 53,000 to get hit. Missed that by $250, but now we have to figure out if this is the bottom or not. So to answer that question, at the moment, I do think that a scenario like this is going to happen, whereby we retest this area right here at 53,400 to be a very strong level of support for Bitcoin in the event that it does get back to it. Now, the reason why I believe that is the case is because if you go back onto the 12 hourly chart, you can see that this right here is your previous swing high. And the reason why this is a swing high is because the high of this candle is taller than the two candles right next to it. This is on the 12 hourly chart, which although I do not like to use the 12 hourly chart too much, I do believe that the daily is much more high conviction. You still cannot deny the fact that you have just formed the first higher high, right? Because this is the previous high. And then right here is your, the most recent swing high, which means you just broke a previous high to form the first higher high. Now, this means that we might potentially be having bullish order flow now. But this only gets confirmed, right? This only gets confirmed if you get a higher low in order to go with it, right? If you find support at this level right here, then it is going to mean that you are going to go back to 62,200 in order to target, or rather to fill in the liquidity here and to target all of these beautiful, beautiful highs right here. And if you want to figure out exactly what I mean when I say order flow, or how to tell when the market is starting to switch bullish, or is it still in a bearish state? Because a lot of people get messed up on this part, right? They think the market is already bullish at this point because it bounced, but in fact, you have not broken, you have not shown any signs that, you have reversed into bullish order flow. So if that's something you want to figure out, I'm going to link a video on the top right-hand corner to teach you exactly what to look out for when, just to be confident that the market is bullish and that the fact that, the price is probably not going to dump to stop you out. Not only that, but that video is going to tell you a lot about order blocks as well. It dives, pretty deep into order blocks. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you check out the video that I'm going to link on the top right-hand corner. But otherwise, back to Bitcoin. Now, the reason why I expect this level to get, to find immediate, very strong support is because if we just draw a fib from this swing low right here to this swing high right here, you can see that, I'm not making this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. The 0.618 is exactly on this level, and the 0.705 is on this exact bullish order block right here. So in the event that Bitcoin does go back to 55,400 and 54,900, I'm going to be looking for long entries over there with a stop loss preferably set at about 54,000. Now, is this going to be a definite trade? In my opinion, it's worth taking. It is a trade that I teach the members of my private Discord group how to look for these kinds of trades. And, historically, it has had a pretty high rate of success. So this is definitely a trade that I'm going to be looking for in the immediate short term. If we get back to here, it's going to be key, right? Key level of support right there. right? These two levels right here. So that's going to be entry number one for Bitcoin if you were looking for that. The second thing that I wanted to just slightly go through is the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. So if you go over to this site right here, you can see that historically, right, whenever crypto comes back down to this line or this zone right here, it tends to do pretty well, right, in the upcoming couple of months. At the moment, this is where we are touching into right now. Right, as you can see, just a couple of days before, everyone was freaking out, thinking that Bitcoin was going to go back to 49k and etc. Well, that just shows the importance of having a plan. If you watched my video last week, you would have known that I talked about 53,000 getting hit and then potentially going up from there. At the moment, I've given you the scenarios to confirm that it's going to go up. This is how it's going to look, and at the moment, this is the level that you're going to want to find support at. Right, if you're going to go up for the rest of the week. Secondly, you're going to want to watch for the only way, right? The only way to actually confirm that we are indeed going to be bullish, right? After if this position gets filled, I do believe it's going to be the bottom, and it is going to be a very good trade to target potentially 70k or even 80k or maybe even 100k. Now, for those of you who have been following me for a while, I have been talking about how this December, right, this November and December are probably not going to be good months for crypto, but next year, right, heading into next year, it is probably going to be a good year for crypto. And I still stand by my belief, and that is why I have opened up the monthly subscription, on Twitter, which I taught you guys to follow me there, because I wanted to help more people be able to build some really good solid positions heading into 2022. So if that's something you might be interested in joining monthly, make sure you comment down in the comment section below, and if there are enough people asking for it, I might just open it up again. Again, you're going to have to follow me on Twitter in order to get any news about the monthly subscription, but otherwise, just be aware that, Bitcoin dominance as well is sitting on very strong support at the moment, and if this bounces from this point onwards, right, altcoins are probably not going to do too well, although if it breaks below this level right here at 43.13, I expect alts to have a very good week coming ahead, and Ethereum might finally go to 5k, right, as we have been expecting. If you want to figure out what are my targets and exactly what kind of a trade I'm looking for Ethereum, you're going to want to watch this video that I'm going to link on the top right hand corner as well. In that video, I talk about how Ethereum is about to form a new all-time high, and if you want to figure out exactly where is the top for Ethereum, that's the video you're going to want to check out as well. So now that we have discussed the bullish scenario for Bitcoin, whereby you find support over here and then you go target 62k, what's next, right? After that, I do believe that this 59,500 is going to be a very key support in order for Bitcoin to find support here and then to target 66,000. Right, so if you miss this entry right here, you can still catch this entry right here after you hit this entry. Basically, I'm just plotting out how Bitcoin is potentially going to move over the upcoming couple of weeks, right? Expect a couple of weeks to, for this to play out. Now that we understand what is the bullish scenario, we have to understand as well what is the bearish scenario. So in this channel, we like to not be too biased towards any given direction, and so we want to be prepared for both sides of the equation if they happen. So in order for this to be bearish, I want you to set your level at about 53,300, right? 53,300, 53,400-ish. Once you break below this swing low right here, I do fully expect us to touch 49k and 47,500, as well as 45,400 and 44. Basically, the bottom is going to be somewhere within this zone right here. Now, if you remembered how I called the exact bottom at 40k, I'm going to call the exact bottom to come somewhere between these four levels right here. So if you are interested to pick up Bitcoin, I would put my heaviest positions right down here, right? If you had, say, $1,000 to play with, I would maybe put 200, 200, maybe 300, 300, right? Just something like that. At the moment though, if you are asking if the bull market is over, honestly, I don't believe it is over. It's not giving me the warning signs that it's over yet. So I fully expect 2022 to be a good year for crypto, but otherwise, yeah, you are going to catch the bottom for Bitcoin if you buy it at four of these levels. So in the beginning of the video, I mentioned something about the monthly close being very key for Bitcoin because, for a couple of reasons. The first reason is the fact that the monthly candle is looking absolutely horrendous at the moment. If we do not at least recover back to 60k or even a little bit higher, right? I would optimally want to see Bitcoin recover back to 60k or 62,000 before, in basically 48 hours. Is that going to happen? Honestly, I'm not too sure. Honestly, it's not looking like it's going to happen, but if we do recover back to these two levels, then yeah, it would be a pretty beautiful monthly candle. But if we do not recover back there, then we are going to start to have, we might have some problems. The first problem is the fact that monthly candle is looking really terrible, which means that December, heading into December, as well as the month of December, is probably not going to be a good month for crypto. But here is the saving grace, if I may. If you go onto the weekly chart right here, you can see that this candle right here, this last bearish candle before this massive move upwards for Bitcoin, this is the perfect order block. And why I believe that this level is going to be very, very strong, right? 47,500. If we do get there, I'm definitely going to, be buying some Bitcoin over here. If you know, like historically speaking, order blocks have always presented a bottom buying, like a bottom snipe opportunity, right? If you go back to fill any order blocks, it tends to be the bottom. And usually when we hunt for order blocks, we are doing it on the daily chart. But we have just identified that this order block on Bitcoin is on the weekly chart. And that just makes it way more stronger and way more high conviction. And that is why I do believe that, the bottom's going to come in between these four levels right here. So if you want to catch the exact bottom, and then the target, the TP target is probably going to be 100K. I'm not even kidding. Could see, a higher than 100K. But, just try not to fall into the trap of, expecting things to happen like right now. That is sort of how, a lot of people in crypto think, right? They hear people talking about 100K Bitcoin, but they don't have like an accurate representation of how long that might take. And, this is going to take a year, right? It's going to take 6 months. It's going to take a year. If you think that is slow, then, you could consider the fact that the stock market and the Forex market work way more slower. So I know this video has been slightly messy. The fact that I haven't made a video in about a week, is probably getting to me. I feel a bit rusty. So just to reward those who have watched until this point so far, I expect there to not be many, because of how this video was structured. I'm just going to give you guys a couple of bonus trades, right? I'm going to give you a couple instead of just one that I usually do. So the first of which is, just as a thank you and I guess as an apology for, this video being so messy. So if you take a look at NEO USDT, this is not Alex Becker's token. This is NEO, like the one from 2017 or 2018. I'm not sure. If you take a look at NEO at the moment, this pattern right here is like the pattern that I talk about a lot. Basically consolidation into a higher time frame support level, and then ultimately you bounce. Am I saying this is going to be a good trade? Well, yeah, at the moment it's looking decent. Market conditions are not the best, right? I want to repeat this. Market conditions are not the best, right? So the risk level, if you were to take this trade right here, is going to be higher than usual because of how Bitcoin is looking like, because of how Bitcoin might potentially go back to retest 55,400. So nevertheless, right? Nevertheless, you got to shoot your shot in order to get, some rewards. So in the event that, it does go back down to 55,400, it should give us a even better buying opportunity at about 35.6. So basically what you want to pay attention to is buy some NEO at about 37.5 and 35.8, right? Give or take. And you're going to want to set your stop loss, slightly below, maybe at about 34.77. And in the event, like basically these two levels are just higher time frame, support levels. And once you consolidate into a higher time frame support level, you tend to break out, and then, you target previous highs like this. So this trade, get it around here, right? Stop loss is here. The TP target is going to be 41.5, 53 and 65.7. Now, the way that I'm going to be taking my profits is I'm going to be taking 25% here, 25% here, 25% here, and then I'm going to leave the rest as a moon bag, right? Because of a couple of reasons. So this at the moment is looking like it's forming a nice little rounded bottom. And if we take a fib from this level right here, going down to that level right there, the 1.618 and the 2 fib extension level is going to come in right about there, which lines up with, how this is looking like on the daily chart. So I'm going to save the rest of my profits, right? So 25% here, 25% here, 25% here, and 25% here. If it goes even higher, I don't really care. We have a plan heading into this trade, and this is how I'm going to play it. So if this trade plays out perfectly, we are going to get about 128%. So definitely pay attention to this coin right here. If you have watched until this point so far though, it would help me a lot if you could just comment down in the comment section the word NEO, so that I know who are the ones who just stuck with me through. Yeah, it's not the best video today, but still want to get it out for you guys. Now, the second coin that we are going to be looking at is going to be the Fuse token, right? You can get this coin on gate.io. I'm going to link in the comment section a referral code for Gate.io, where you can get about 10% off your trading fees if you are going to sign up for Gate.io. Now, probably in the upcoming couple of weeks, yeah, definitely in the upcoming month, right, of December, I'm going to be calling a few altcoin gems that I believe have the potential to go for a 10x up to a 100x in the year of 2022. So if that's something you're interested in, I'm going to be calling them. Well, most of them are going to be on Gate.io because, it's even smaller than KuCoin, and we want to be early before the mass, the herd gets there. So definitely sign up for a Gate.io account. I will link it in the comment section below. But this coin, even though I'm charting this on Wrapped Ether, right, against Wrapped Ether, you can absolutely apply this to USDT as well. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to chart it on Wrapped Ether. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to mark down these two levels right here at 807,635 and 652,900. These two levels are going to be higher time frame support levels as well as a retest. So if you see this trend line drawing all the way down here, if Fuse was to come back down to both of these levels, it would be retesting this trend line right here and forming another consolidation pattern, which is exactly what I look for in trades. So we are already thinking like 3 steps ahead. So once you get into these two support levels, I do believe that it is going to start bouncing. Look at this, guys. It's been this. You can make this stuff up. It's just a beautiful pattern on, the daily, potentially even the weekly chart, and it's looking absolutely beautiful. And I do believe that, it has the potential to go for a 15x, right? Will take the entire year, maybe even 6 months, but something that is very, very possible. So the stop loss in this case, I would actually set below this swing low right here, right? As you can see that, probably about 186,977. Again, this is a 23% range right here. So you definitely want to dollar cost average. If you don't know what that is, basically, if you have $1,000, maybe put in 500 here and 500 here. The smart traders all use dollar cost averaging. And if you don't, let's just say that that's not a very smart thing to do. So the take profit levels for this trade is going to be at 0.17. Yeah, I'm just not even going to bother reading this out. Just make sure you plot it out on your own chart. If you want to see how this looks like, it's basically just, previous highs on the daily chart, if that makes sense. And if you want to get access to all of these gems that I'm going to call, before I put it on YouTube, not to say that this is going to be a pump and dump, because I am going to be holding onto them for months and months. So don't worry about this being a pump and dump. But if you just want to get a full explanation, as well as all the gems that I'm looking at, as well as follow it along with all of my trades, along with getting access to the trading education, where you are going to learn everything that I've learned over the years, then make sure you check out the link in the description below. If you are interested in a monthly subscription opening up again, comment down in the comment section below as well. I will be watching. For now though, may the gains be with you, my friend, and peace.